Caitlin Clark and the WNBA players remain far from an agreement with Cathy Engelbert. Time is running out. With the CBA deadline approaching, the WNBA and players remain divided but committed to ongoing talks. With only days remaining before the WNBA reaches a critical juncture in its labor negotiations, the standoff between the league and the Women's National Basketball Players Association, WNBPA, remains unresolved, placing the start of the 2026 season under a cloud of uncertainty. Still, there appears to be a possible pathway to launch the campaign without major disruptions. While both sides have publicly reiterated their commitment to continuing negotiations, the likelihood of failing to reach a new collective bargaining agreement before the January 9 deadline has not triggered widespread alarm. League and union officials alike appear prepared to begin basketball operations as scheduled, while continuing to work toward long-term solutions at the bargaining table. WNBPA Vice President and New York Liberty star Breanna Stewart was direct when asked about the timeline following a recent practice session. "We're not going to come to an agreement by tomorrow, I can tell you that. We're just going to continue to negotiate in good faith." Stewart emphasized that even without a formal deadline extension, the players' commitment to the process remains firm. Her comments come after more than 14 months of drawn-out negotiations, dating back to October 2024, when players formally opted out of the previous CBA, a decision that significantly complicated talks between the two sides. What is the WNBPA asking for? According to recent reports, the WNBA has yet to formally respond to the union's most recent proposal. That package reportedly includes demands for players to receive 30% of gross league revenue, along with a proposed team salary cap of approximately $10.5 million, a figure that has raised concerns within the league about long-term financial sustainability. The disagreement over revenue-sharing models and salary structure has become one of the primary sticking points in negotiations. League officials have countered with an alternative framework that not only differs in percentages but also redefines how net revenue is calculated versus gross income, a distinction with major financial implications. Salary figures from last season illustrate the current gap. The highest-paid players earned a maximum salary of $249,244, including stars such as Kelsey Mitchell and Jewel Lloyd. At the lower end of the scale, minimum salaries hovered around $66,000, while the average base salary stood at $102,249. In late December, players demonstrated near-unanimous solidarity by authorizing the WNBPA Executive Committee, with 93% approval, to call for a strike when necessary. The move was framed as leverage rather than an immediate threat, reflecting players' belief that they have yet to receive a fair share of the league's financial growth. The ongoing labor dispute could also cast a shadow over the WNBA's planned expansion in 2026, with new franchises slated for Portland and Toronto. As negotiations continue, questions remain about how labor uncertainty could impact the league's business momentum during a pivotal period of growth.